So, because everyone likes a list, what we're going to do today is we're going to actually use the windscreen of the car to write out the snagging list of things that need to be done to this, so that I can hold myself honest to it, and I'll actually be able to kind of tick them off as I go along, and we'll have photographic evidence. So I shall try and start from the front of the car and work back. So we're going to need to wire the master cylinder in. We are going to need to reconnect the pedal assembly to the brakes there, because that is not quite in place. We are going to then need to, in order of brakes, we're going to need to do the flexi lines at the rear. Then we are going to need to do fuel. So what we'll do is we will get a fuel tank with an exclamation mark, because the other fuel tank has too many holes in it, so it does need a new tank. Then what we need to do at the back is have the fuel line to the pump and to the carb, because that is currently not connected. That's laying down underneath there, and I need to put some clips on there. So other than that, that's fuel that's done. We need to do the gear linkage, because the gear linkage underneath is disconnected. We therefore also need to do the hub bolts, that is the 4 on each side, which are currently not in there, so the axles are not bolted to the hubs, which, as you can imagine, would be quite annoying if you went to drive it. So master cylinder wired up for brake lights, reconnect the pedal assembly, flexi lines for the rear, fuel tanks, fuel lines, gear linkage and hub bolts. That should therefore make everything connected and ready to go for that. In terms of other things to get it started, we need, and a big exclamation mark here, I need to find the key, because I've moved house and garage and I have no key for the car anymore, which you may think is not much of an issue because you can just get a new barrel. Well, unfortunately this has a barrel that is part barrel, part steering lock, and you can't get the 8 terminal barrels separately to replace them, and you have to buy the whole thing, and the whole thing is £220. I don't want to spend that amount of money, so I really need to find the key. Otherwise it might be a case of we go back to the in-dash key, which to be fair is cool and classic anyway, but I'd rather have it running as it was when it arrived. So key, that's important, otherwise I'm not going to be able to start it. From the video previously, you will notice that we have some slight issues with the lock mechanism. Everybody seems to have commented that it's pretty standard that they just don't lock from outside anymore because they're all worn and knackered, but I'm 99% convinced I can get this one working or the blue one working, or you know, how hard can it be? We will find out. I need to, in terms of other trim bits, I need to get some wiper blades, and by the wiper blades I don't mean the entire blade assembly, I just mean the rubber that goes into there. I need to then fit the door cards, because the door cards, only one of them is in. Fit the door furniture, and the push buttons on the locks and all those sorts of things like that. I also need to fit the under dash heating, and and I need to, there was one bit of wiring, wasn't there? What was it? It's wire up the number plate light. And that, I think, should see us good. Oh no, I need to fit the flasher, because the flasher unit has not arrived yet. So I need to fit the flasher unit and wire that in. And I believe, for the third time of asking, that that is actually all of the things that I need to do. So yeah, there's quite a lot there. You probably can't see quite all of it on video, but that's kind of what I'd advise you doing when you run out of concentration to remember all the little jobs. It doesn't look like a huge number of things to do, and in fact I've just thought of another one, which is there are 2 wheel nuts bolts that have snapped off, so I need to drill out the snapped wheel bolts and replace. And then maybe for good luck I'll write on there, polish the car, because it's always nice to have something to do right at the end that's nice and relaxing. Now I'm pretty sure that that's everything, so let me put a little circle around here. Let me retire my silver paint pen for the moment, and then I'm going to use this to ensure that I stay on track. Bit busy tonight, not actually going to do anything today, but I'll stick some photos up on the channel, hopefully with a few more of these things ticked off. And then what we can do is we can actually start the car. Ah, there's one more, battery. And that's an 015 battery, because where I've been testing the battery, or testing the electrics out rather, I should say, I've been using a large battery out of a normal car. Don't actually know the designation, but the 015s are the small ones, kind of like your sit on lawnmower type size, that fit in there. Okay, so that's what we're trying to do and trying to achieve over the next few weeks, and keep an eye on the channel and see how we do. Till the next time, take care.